Hey, welcome to part 2 of the introduction to multiplication that we're doing. So when we began in the last video, we had introduced a story where we'd gone to the strawberry patch and we found 3 rows of strawberries. Each had 4 strawberries. We laid that out. So we had 4 taken 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. And now we've made them all the stones lined up in a row for counting because we're wondering how many strawberries are there all together? It's just like when we did put togethers in addition, but now we're counting more. We always want to encourage our people to count from left to right, and so I'm going to go this way in your video. I'll do it this way. Still getting the hang of this. So we would count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have 12. Now I want to stop here and say a few things. Only go into multiplication if your child is already recognizing larger numbers in teens and tens, in case you want to be able to write that down, and being able to count bigger numbers. So a pretty experienced linear counter into, up to 100 is great to be able to do. They'll have more success. If they're still, working on the teens, find other things to count. In the meantime, this will come. Okay, we're not at times tables. We're not memorizing multiplication. We're just working through it in a really concrete and fun way, and you can do that. So how many did we get when we took 4 3 times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so let's write down what we did. So we had 4 strawberries. Remember, that's how many were in each row. 4 strawberries taken. Let me move this down so you guys can see it. This way. 4 strawberries. That's a 4. Here, I'll bring that up. Taken how many times? There were 1, 2, 3 rows, and you could write this as you go too, and any way that you do it is going to be okay. Taken 3 times equals, what did it equal? They may remember, you may remember, or you might need to count it again, and that's okay. That was 12. And so that's what we'll do. I'm gonna change the lighting on this a little bit. Maybe you can see the numbers better. So we would go ahead and we would read the equation together. We read these like little stories or sentences. They're number stories. So we're going to say 4 taken 3 times equals 12. And when we're in the classroom, you'll hear the children are saying it with us. They're reading along with us, and they're getting in that habit of reading from left to right, of talking about these signs and what we did here. And so I'm going to do another quick one with you. If you're still watching, great, okay? Let's try another one. So let's say this time we went to the strawberry patch and it had been really picked over. So they really only had 2 rows that were available for picking, but each of those rows had, let's say, 5 strawberries. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strawberries. That's 1 row. We're going to take 5 2 times. So we're going to do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, I'm going to get a better marker so you can see when I write these. So we can write it as we go along. We're going to say, this time we're taking 5. And you can write in front of them, or you can have them write it. Figure out what you're after with this lesson. Really, we're just kind of learning what is multiplication. So we're taking 5, right? Taken 1 time, we've got this 1 row 2 times. And it doesn't have to be in rows. They can be in clusters, they could be teddy bears, whatever you have for counters. So here's what we're beginning with. And I'm gonna see if I can get it on camera for you guys. Sorry, I keep switching angles. And I know that's upside down, but you can see that I've laid it out. 5 times 2 equals, or in our parlance, 5 taken 2 times. Okay, equals. And then we can actually physically move them all over onto the other side. I would be working at a rug, the other side of the equal bar, and then we would count them up and we would come up with that number 10, and we would go ahead and write that. Of course, in our classroom, we have these with beautiful materials and beautiful wooden numeral cards and all of that great stuff, but you don't need it. What you need to be is excited about counting bigger numbers and doing things with numbers and telling stories with numbers. And there is math every single day in our lives. And if they can recognize that, that is where you get their interest, okay? Because learning happens when interest and ability meet, and that can happen so many times in a day. You know, if you're down to the last of the kind bars, right, in your house, I'm looking at a kind bar wrapper, and you want to make sure that everybody gets the same amount, well, that's going to be division. That's sharing out. And we'll talk about that too. But right now, that's part 2 of Introduction to Multiplication. You can give it a try if you want, and you can wait. But now, you know even more than you knew before about how we do it in the classroom. Thanks, guys.